Please stand for the pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everyone and those that are watching. Mayor's report, short and sweet. Just want to remind everybody, big trash day is coming up. This Saturday, November 5th. Please don't let your neighbors from out of town come and dump it on your sidewalk. Appreciate it. Also, it's time to turn the clocks back 1 hour this weekend. Just a reminder of that. And it's a little ways off, but I wanted to remind everybody, if you're a veteran, the high school every year puts on a breakfast and a program. And being Veterans Day falls on a Saturday, they're going to do it Friday, November 10th. The breakfast is at 8, and the program starts at 8:30, usually over by 10:30. If you're a veteran, I encourage you to go. They do a stand-up job. I make it every year, and it's I think it's good for the showing of the veterans, to show these young kids. And you know, this day and age, the younger population, all the military except for the Marines, are hurting for enlistment. So anyway, just wanted to announce that. But it's, you know, it's a week and a half away, so put it on your calendar. And the other thing I wanted to announce is the movie that was filmed here in Herman. That's going to go on TV November 1st on some of the Peacock, Amazon, and there's several other ones. But there's also going to be a thing that we're going to approve where you can come to the fest hall and watch it also on a day before, I believe.
Invitation only. It's invitation only.
Oh, is that invitation only? All right, if you get an invitation, be there. I'm sorry.
You all are getting invitations.
Anyway, it'll be on TV on the 2nd. I don't know what time. Check your listings, I guess is all I can say. All right, thank you so much, City Administrator.
So last meeting I had told you that Jesse and I were going to the courthouse to attend the annual TAC meeting, Transportation Alternatives Committee is what that stands for, and so we met with the county commission and some of the leadership from the cities in the county, and we discussed all of many of the needs, transportation needs on the state system. Then we picked and prioritize them, and the top 3 go to MRPC for further consideration. So those top 3 this year are improvements at Highway 100 and J to that intersection there, which is we all know is fairly dangerous. The second one was here in Herman. It was some form of flood mitigation or potentially raising the roads at those low areas by the bluff on Highway 100 East and Highway 100 there at the Bridge Nearing Firehouse. The third was in Owensville, concerns with turning into the school entrance there on Highway 19. Then they also had a separate list for what they call multimodal issues, and we made here in Herman the top priority in that category for our sidewalk connectivity to the new bridge, connecting it to the Safe Routes to School sidewalk system. The second was the Rock Island Trail from Bell to Rosebud. That span of it hasn't been funded yet. And sidewalk connectivity in Owensville. So that's what kind of first phase of that, and like I said, there'll be more to come once those priorities go to MRPC to be voted on there. The TAP sidewalk grant, which is a similar process to that, but different, strictly for sidewalks. They are making a formal announcement on November 1st, so we'll know about our grant then. And I wanted to, we've been talking in our last couple budget workshops in the last couple of years about increasing our loggers retirement rate benefit in order to stay competitive, especially when it comes to hiring police officers. So we are at an L1, which is the lowest tier, And we've been at that level since the inception, when we started participating back in the 80s. There's only 5% of all the participants that are at that low level. And so, somewhat ironically, Gascony County has been working on this very same issue. They have been at an L7 for years, and they just voted to move up to an L12. So what that does is going from a 1.5% multiplier to a 1.75% multiplier. So it's kind of a small step, but still much greater than our own. So I think it's good timing to start discussing that. So I've made contact, kind of first contact with the loggers. There's a process. They will do a free study for us, the actuarial valuation that they'll do, and they'll estimate how much money it would cost for us to increase to different levels. So wanted to let you know that I'm kind of getting that ball rolling. Again, it's really, police officers really look at that rate when considering transferring to different departments, because police officers frequently spend their entire careers in local law enforcement, and so that logger's retirement follows them everywhere they go, and so that is something that police officers really, more than, in my experience, more than anybody else, really they'll ask you about, you know, what's your logger's rate, and Chief said that has been a deal breaker for a couple people, so I think we're kind of overdue for doing that. So stay tuned. I'll end on some good news. You haven't heard me talk about this in a long time because it was confidential. This Panhandle Eastern Pipeline, that is our transportation for our gas, has been in this confidential rate case since March of 2020. If you'll remember, they gave us a 400% increase in the transportation fees. And so there was a suit filed, and it's been dragging on and bouncing back and forth in the court all this time. Ron Reagan, our consultant, said he's never seen a rate case go on this long. The city has been absorbing that fee all this time. So we are going to get a refund. The refund is going to be between the rates charged and the final rates that were actually approved by FERC, including interest, all the way back to March 2020. I was hoping to have the amount of the refund for you today. They said at the very latest we'll know by Friday how much that's going to be, and then the money should be in our bank account by November 24th. So interested to find how exactly, I didn't take the time to even try to calculate it because I don't know what the approved rates were by FERC. So when we get that money, then we can discuss what you want to do with it. So I think that's all I have.
Very good, thank you. Jesse, Public Works report.
The natural gas department has had USDI down for some qualification testing. They also worked on the odorizer at Farber to get that set up better. They've relocated the gas service north of town. The water department had a water leak over the weekend. They got that repaired pretty quick, so hats off to them guys. They're always quick to respond and get things back going again. The sewer department's going to be kind of long because they've been busy. Late last month, the sewer department cleaned and cambered about 4,300 feet of sewer main. We did that kind of as the first step towards this year's plans for I&I reduction, doing sewer lining and manhole lining and those things. We mapped all the manhole locations as well as documented them with photographs and the materials used to build them, all that sort of thing in the new mapping software we have. This thing's fantastic. Thank you guys so much. It's going to change everything, and you're getting ready to know by how much. So I've told you guys how terrible our current mapping is. Things that weren't updated, things that were tore out of papers, things that were X'd out. There's just all kinds of stuff on these old papers. While we were doing this, we found 8 manholes that we didn't know existed. One lift station, it's abandoned, but there's an old lift station with a force main going somewhere. We have no idea where. But none of that was marked. So, you know, we're running this camera along and all of a sudden we're out of this little pipe into this big dome, and there you go. So as we learn this stuff, we can map this in, and it'll be at everybody's fingertips anytime they're anywhere in the system. It's not something that, you know, somebody has knowledge and they have to pass that down. It's going to be an electronic file that everybody can get to. So I'm really excited about that. They've also been working on the Sand Plant Road sewer extension. The rock trencher did a great job. It was almost as good as we could have expected. We began installing pipe and manholes last week on that. We've laid about 300 feet of pipe so far, so that project is moving along pretty good. The one downside, we were hoping that thing would make really small rock, and it did in the very beginning, but as it got into bigger laminations of sandstone, it was breaking it up into too big a rock, so we're not going to have the rock savings that we'd hoped to have, but it's done now, so we're moving forward, and that's the exciting part of that. The electric department has been assisting the sewer department and will be installing electrical duct at a higher elevation in the ditch after sewer is completed. They will be installing a duct in the ditch also for Calibite. Calibite met me on site while we were doing this, and they asked if they could co-locate in the ditch with us, and we agreed on a price of $30 a foot. That's going to be, we're looking at around 950 feet, so we're looking at a neighborhood of $28,000. So that goes a long ways towards, you know, the cost of that rock trencher. Pretty excited about that. The street department has installed some new signs at the parking lot on East 5th. They've been doing some tree trimming around town. They've got a bunch more to go, but they've been making some headway on it. They've been patching potholes, doing some spreader bed maintenance, getting ready for winter, make sure everything's operational, and taking care of work orders as they have time. Parks has been taking care of leaves in the park. They painted the rotunda, the amphitheater bathrooms and doors as well, and working on the pool pump house. And as soon as that's done, they're going to be pouring a concrete slab for the filter system at the pool.
I have a question.
Yep.
I had a citizen that lives up on Sand Plant Road. Are we going to do anything to kind of fix the road back?
Yes, but we probably won't be able to do that until spring, because the asphalt plants will be closing down probably here in a week or two.
Okay.
So that is on the horizon. As soon as all the utilities are new and we don't have to worry about them anymore, we're actually looking at we had planned on taking Whitman Road as close to Epley Fricky Drive as possible. I think what we're going to try to do at this point is go ahead and do Whitman Road to the base of Seattle Heights subdivision, to where they have asphalt A to B there, and then we'll use the funds that we had set aside to go down Whitman Road and try to use those at the same plant. So.
Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
All right.
No public comments? No, right? Any old business? Any new business? We will move on.
Oh, we have new business.
New business discussion of.
Yeah, so we have on the agenda here that there's come up this potential de-annexation request of approximately 2.8 acres, 2/10 of an acre, Tim Hubbard, for property behind 2092 Village Lane, which is the grocery store. So I kind of just wanted to bring this to your attention because it's a unique request. We've never had anything like this in the 12 years I've been here. So, so Tim says that years ago when that property was annexed into the city, Medical Plaza area out there, he thought he had a verbal agreement with the city administrator at that time that that approximate area, you see the map here, in the back of there in the red, that's the area. He did not want that included in the annexation, and it was his understanding that it was not. But however, there's nothing in the city records that exclude that. So this issue came to light recently when our building inspector saw construction going on back there. He's putting up kind of a fancy shed, and he went to inquire about a building permit. And Tim said, you know, well, this I don't need one because this isn't in the city limits. So that kind of spurred us on and started doing some research and that sort of thing. So there are no city utilities on the property. And we're going to ask Tim to fill out a formal de-annexation request with some more details, maybe what his plans are for the utilities, and to explain a little bit, since this is, again, is kind of a unique request. But so far, I just wanted to bring it to your attention so you could give it some thought, and we could maybe have something more for you as soon as the next meeting or two.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We will move on to ordinances.
All right, ordinance is the first for this evening, which is on for second reading, bill number 2023-34, an ordinance to amend section 150.090 user fees of chapter 150 parks of the municipal code of the city of Herman.
This is the second reading. Is there any questions? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve bill number 2023-34, second read.
Motion's made. Do I have a second? Motion's made. Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
Next, which is on for first reading, is bill number 2023-36, an ordinance to approve an agreement for dispatch services between the city of Herman and the Gasconade County E911 Board.
So we've been talking about this for a couple weeks and a couple meetings, excuse me. And this version that you have in your packets tonight is the same as the draft that was presented to you at the last meeting. The only change is that I have the attachment now, which is just the specifics between our dispatch center and the 911 dispatch center of how they're actually going to go through their kind of a checklist every evening and every morning of transferring the lines over. Again, in summary, this would be a temporary contract for 911 Central to take our calls from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. 7 days a week, November 1st through April 30th.
Any questions? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve bill number 2023-36 as first read.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made. Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We need to read that the second time.
Bill number 2023-36 for second reading, an ordinance to approve an agreement for dispatch services between the city of Herman and the Gasconade County E911 Board.
Do I have a motion to approve second reading?
I'll make a motion, bill number 2023-36, second read.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Made and second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. All right, we'll move on to motions. Do I have a motion to approve last meeting's minutes?
I move to approve last meeting's minutes.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
I have a question on the minutes. You notice in there, the last page underneath the tourism vehicle, I believe we voted that it would be a 75-25 split between the tourism and economic development, where it mentions in their general fund.
Yes, so the economic development sub-office under general fund. I'm sorry, we should have explained that. We can make that clearer in the minutes. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. You okay with the change? With
Yes.
the motion to approve?
Yes,
I have a motion. I'll second.
I'll second the adjustment.
Motion made and second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Motion to pay the bills.
I move that we pay the bills.
Motion's been made to pay the bills. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Hire Kenneth Hayner III and Trig Lindahl for seasonal fall soccer referees.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Approved Madden Media Search Engine Optimization Annual Contract Renewal.
Sorry, Mr. Mayor, letter D.
where am I going?
You can look for mine.
Okay, excuse me, we'll backtrack. Item D, appoint Mark Vollmer to the Utility Advisory Board. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Motion made, do I have a second?
That is a 1L Volmer, not
I'll second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Now, approve Madden Media Search Engine Optimization Annual Contract Renewal. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I will move to approve.
Motion is made, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Conditional use permit renewal for the Cornerstone Investments 202 West 6th Street. Any questions? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve Cornerstone's application.
Motion is made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Conditional use permit renewal for Arminius Holdings LLC, DBA Herman, 1837, liquor sales for outdoor consumption. Any questions? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Conditional use permit renewal for Helen's House, Patrick Flatley, 211 East 4th Street, a guest house. Motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Motion made, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for the Herman Area District Hospital Turkey Trot 5K, Lower City Park, and various city streets, November 23rd, 2023. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I will move to approve.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. J, caterers permit for Adam Gupta Winery for the movie premiere at the festival November 2nd, 2023. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I move to approve.
Motion made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made, second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. I have no reports. I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
Motion's made, second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for watching and being here. Appreciate y'all.
So the original agenda came out.
to.
I saw there.
Yeah,
10.
that's okay.